Good morning. It may not be morning for you, but it's morning for me. It is Monday, and I'm early. It's not Tuesday and it's not Wednesday, but I missed you too much. So I thought I would go ahead and do my, weekly vlog type video early. I'm in my massage office. Oh, first up, pardon this. I have no idea what is going on with this hair. Watch, I'm gonna look like the Hodge twins. Do you watch them? This hair is like crazy. I'm trying to, girls out there, you will get this. I'm trying to like teach it how to do the poof because usually my hair, if I wear it back, which I do to work, is like glued to my head. But yeah, it's obviously not trained yet. I have no idea what's going on with that. So it's going to be distracting you now the whole video. So before I get started, I always get the question of what are you vaping? Lately, I've always been vaping the same thing, but I'll go over it just in case you haven't seen one of my videos before. I always thought that Moo Juice was my favorite, but I'm just through watching my own videos, I can tell that I reach for my Vamo, which has Mount Baker Vapor's Blue Moo in it. I reach for this one more. I vape this one more throughout my videos. So I guess subconsciously this one is my favorite. So I'll introduce it first. This is Blue Moo. Are you going to have a vape? I'm ready. Are we ready? All right, so let's have some Blue Moo goodness. Can hear Tad laughing out there. He is so loud. But anyway, up next, the other thing that I vape all the time is also from Mount Baker. It is their Moo Juice, and it's always been what I thought was my favorite. Now, I've already reviewed this juice before, but I want to say something quickly. This came up in a conversation with a friend of mine, and Moo Juice is one of like so many other things in vaping. It's finicky is the best way I can describe this e-liquid. It is my favorite, but and a big but. I don't love this in every device. The the only two ways that I really enjoy this juice, in a tank like this is a Vivinova style tank, and it tastes incredible. You get the strawberry, it's almost like strawberry bubbles, is the way I think I described it in my review of it. And I love it this way. I also love it in like a CE4, CE5, so beginner style stuff. I don't like this juice at all in my Kinger Pro tank. My mustache there. But yeah, I don't like it at all. Loses all of its flavor. And I try to figure out why. And I think it's because of all the wicking going on in here. Well, that doesn't make any sense because with your clear misers, there's a lot of wick, but something about this wick, it doesn't work. I've also tried it in the Pro Tank 2, and I don't love it in that one either. In here today, I've got Berry Creamy from Mount Baker Vapor. And look, I promised you that this was going to happen. Look, totally broke the drip tip. Now, I did some pretty good ingenuity in my opinion. I filed it down. Hoping you can see that. I always go the wrong direction. I filed it down with a nail file when I broke it. I didn't even drop this thing. How did I break this? But I did. So I filed it down and I can still use it. I've got it here on a Smoke Tech Ego Twist style battery. And I love this juice too. It's just, I only have two big mods, so they always have the same two juices in them. But I really like the Kinger Pro tank. I like these twist style batteries. They're really convenient to put in my scrub pockets every day. And now with my broken off little drip tip there, it fits even nicer in that pocket. So yeah, a very good juice. And then two other pocket mods. I know, I'm utterly ridiculous, by the way. Okay, so I've got my Kinger Pro tank that I showed you before. Another Ego Twist battery. I don't use regular Egos anymore. They're not strong enough for me, but got my Pro tank on there, and I don't love the Pro Tank 1, to be honest with you. That's why it has this ridiculous looking mustache on it. But the juice that I have in here, I'm about to do a review on. Yep, that's it. This is, oh, what is this one called? It's not Ecto Cooler. Ah, Well, you'll just have to wait for the review. Can't believe I just had a brain fart that big this early in the morning. It's good juice though. And then last but not least, my good old standby, my very favorite, my purple Ego C Twist that I bought here at Rollin' Smokes in Sebring, Florida, with another Vivi Nova style tank, and the drip tip that came with my Pro Tank too. I guess I'm gonna have to make the switch to aluminum, stainless, those kinds of drip tips because I don't break them. Excuse me on my voice there. I have no idea what just happened. But anyway, I guess I'm gonna have to make the switch, but I don't like the taste so much from these. I like the plastic better, but I guess they're gonna cost me more in the long run. So this one has mood juice in it too. And that's just so I can have a little moo with me in my pocket. So yeah, that's all my gear for now that I carry around on a day-to-day basis. I know, it's absolutely too much. It's ridiculous. But that's what I do. So I put my dress back on, my 134, this part. I always go the wrong way. I'm sorry for being an idiot. Look, right there. I had this off for the longest time because when I put my cardo tanks on here, it doesn't cooperate, like trying to get them off and on. I'm going to do a review of those two cardo tanks. I have two J tanks to review, but the reason it's not posted yet, first of all, I haven't been posting any videos because I was still just trying to get back to normal, catch up on my work, and get into the show stuff later, but trying to put the show together. I have a web show coming up that I'll tell you about. So I wasn't vaping on them because I was still too skittish after having all of those teeth pulled. So I'm just now getting back into using my cardo tanks. I've been using them some at night. I don't know why. It felt like I was having to draw harder and I didn't want to, you have to have blood clots. This is going to be really gross, but you have to have blood clots that settle in whenever you have teeth pulled. So I didn't want to yank those out by sucking too hard. Wow. Wow. Yes, but anyway, that's why I've been using my old school stuff. The draw on these is very airy and light. So I will get back into my J tanks and I will do a full review for you, show you how I fill them, wash them, and what I think about them. So that's coming up. I'm going to get into I always tell you this, but I'm going to get into my Mount Baker juices. I've been trying them now that I was thinking about the issue with Moo Juice. And I've been trying all of the juices in different setups because there's a lot of beginners out there that are going to be using, CE4, CE file style things. And that's what I was originally going to do my review based on, how it is in a CE4 or CE5 setup. But, what about the advanced people out there? I want to do something for you too. Now, I didn't have a rebuildable, so I didn't know how I was going to do that portion. I don't know how to build my own setup, but I have that figured out now. I have a buddy named Robert Ellis here on YouTube, and I'm buying a K-Fun Light, and I'm sending it to Robert. Robert is going to build me a setup on it and send it back to me. It's not that I don't want to get into rebuildables, I just don't want to get into rebuildables yet. I'm a little bit intimidated. So he's going to build it for me and he's going to send it off to me. And then I have kind of a beginner's way to try it. I'm going to try it in the CE4, CE5. Then I'm going to put it in like a tank style, maybe the Cardo tank or something like this. I also have one of those Aspires on the way, so I could try it in that, give you my opinion of the juice that way. And then I'll have the K-Fun Light to try it on too. So, best of everything. I hope that's helpful. I think I have people that watch me that are beginners and intermediate. I guess I consider myself intermediate and then advanced vapors. So hopefully that'll make the juice reviews really helpful. That was a lot to say. Let's have a vape. What do you say? But Moo Juice is fantastic set up this way. If I hadn't already talked about them to a nauseating degree, I would do like a juice battle between Blue Moo and Moo Juice. But I've already been told by you guys that you think I'm on the payroll. I really don't work for Mount Baker, I swear. But yeah, I love these juices. Okay, so I'll stop vaping now and get on with the talking. Okay, so I had told you guys before that I was going to have a web show. It was supposed to be last Saturday, so the 5th. It was always the 5th, and every email that I got, it was supposed to be. I get working on Saturday, and Robert and I are practicing and getting ready, and I was nervous. I don't think Robert gets nervous about anything, which is a good trait to have, but I was really nervous and stressed. And Kevin from Vapor's Place contacted me and said, "Oops, your show is next weekend." So, my show will be this Saturday, October 12th at 9 p.m. You can watch it very easily over at vaporsplace.com/VPLive, as far as I know. And then I'll probably go ahead and post another direct link for the show. If you log on a little bit early, that's going to be my Justin TV channel. If you log on a little bit early, you might even get to see some of the behind the scenes stuff of Robert and I getting ready, which should be entertaining. So if you want to watch the show, you can watch it either of those ways. I'll post for sure one of the links on my Twitter. So you've got to have Twitter. You got to have Twitter. Or you can add me on Facebook now that I think about it, and I'll go ahead and post it on Facebook too. It's really simple to look for me. I'm under Cookie Fair, all one word, on Facebook. So if you want to watch the show, I would really appreciate it. I don't know that this first show I'm going to be able to have anybody call in. My whole original idea was to have anybody who wanted to talk to me be able to call in. I don't think I'm going to have that capability because I'm doing a web show. So everything that I post, I'm making in a program called XSplit. I don't know how to take a call. I don't have my own call system. If we were to get a continually running show, that would definitely be one of the elements. But for this time around, I don't think that we're going to be able to take phone calls. If that changes, I will let you know. As of right now, it's going to be Robert and I having a discussion about really living with vaping, everything that both of our channels are all about. You're going to hear us debate. We're going to debate vaping in public. We have two very different opinions on that. I think you've already heard mine. But he feels completely the opposite that I do, and I think it's going to be a really good discussion. Other than that, you're going to hear our stories, how we became vapors in the first place. We might even get a little bit into how we view ourselves now. Just came up with this. Haven't even talked to you about it, Robert. But on the VPLive network, I noticed that a lot of the shows are covering this topic. And I think it's kind of interesting. Do you consider yourself a non smoker? Or do you consider yourself somebody kind of reducing their harm but still a smoker? What do I mean by that? I view myself as a non smoker. I quit smoking by vaping. But there are plenty of people out there who say, well, if everything vaping was to go away, we'd go out and buy a pack of cigarettes. I hope that I wouldn't, and I consider myself a non smoker, but it's kind of an interesting topic to explore. So hopefully, if we have time, it's only an hour show, we'll get into that a little bit. If not, it's something that we can save for a future show. But I would really appreciate it. I'm like hawking this big time. I would love it if you tuned in. It would be great. Your feedback would be so appreciated too, because you watch me here on YouTube. It'd be kind of interesting to see what you think in the live format. So I'm open to all of that. I'm nervous about it, but I'm excited too. So there's going to be a show, hopefully, this Saturday. I called into Kevin's show last night. His show is every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. And I guess it's about, you could listen to the replay at Vapor's Place/VPLive, just like the link that you will have from my show. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be on iTunes as well. It should hit iTunes sometime today. And I called in, I think it's about 20 minutes into his show. I called in and kind of plugged our show. I snuck in asking him to do that when he delayed my show. I'm slick. So I had a really good discussion with him about what the show is going to be about, and it was really cool to be on there. I was nervous, but a couple minutes into it, I think I did pretty well. I totally forgot to mention my YouTube channel. He was calling me Stephanie. Most people, well, half the people in my life call me Stephanie. My patients, my license is under my full name, which is Stephanie. But it's weird to have somebody from the online world calling me Stephanie. And I didn't even think. I should have corrected him and said, well, actually, I go by Cookie. But totally didn't. Totally didn't give him the name of my channel. I did, however. I told Robert I would give his channel a shout out, and I did. So threw myself under the bus, but got Robert in there. If you want to hear just the call portion, you're not interested in hearing his show, I know that Robert Ellis here on YouTube posted it. So I will go ahead and link that below. It was really cool of him to do that. So, anything else? I can't think of anything. I am officially back to normal, and this video has gone 15 minutes already, which is just crazy. But I'll be back this week with some really cool actual content-based stuff. So I hope you're having a good start to your vape week, and I'll see you later.